Hey guys and girls, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode of Feed the Beast Infinity with myself, Lewis. Hope you're brilliant, having yourself a great day. As always, check this place out. I've been doing tons of work around the place, trying to get a few machines set up, a bit of processing and whatnot. Let me run you through what I've been doing. So first things first, inside the house, I added some more machines. So I now have an induction smelter and a separate pulverizer, because sometimes you want to pulverize things that you don't want it to go into a redstone furnace, and constantly changing around these little doodads here can get a little bit annoying, can't it? So having a separate pulverizer just for this is a pretty good way to go. I also upgraded some of the chests so that we've got a bigger buffer for putting in all our ingots, and I made some ender chests which currently have much charcoal in them, using some translocators to put them into things. I really like translocators. They're not that efficient as far as cost goes. You're probably better making extra utility stuff, but I really like the way they look. Like, doesn't that just look funky? I love it. And oh, and that reminds me, I got some more diamonds, which is good. This is my gems chest, so I got diamonds and quartz and things. I managed to find one bit of dense diamond. It gave me like 4 or 5 diamonds. I was like, this is amazing. Over this way, we have my Igneous Extruder, which is currently making a few bits of obsidian for me. I did that so that I could make a nether portal, which is over there. I'll show you that in a sec. And I also made one of these guys a crafter from RF Tools. Now, this is the highest tier of crafter. There's 3 crafters, and each one requires the first crafter to be crafted. So if you wanted a crafter 2, you'd have to make a crafter 1. To make a crafter 3, you need a crafter 2. So it works like that. But how these guys work, and these things are amazing, because I want to make loads of cobblestone, because extra utilities bedrockium is a very good resource to be getting. 1, it's practically indestructible, and 2, we can make bedrockium ingots, which are used for making bedrockium drums. It allows us to make the watering can. You know, there's a load of uses for it. Plus it just stockpiles buttloads of cobblestone, which we're probably going to need somewhere down the line anyway. And what these do is you have to give them some power, but they allow you to add crafting recipes to them. So they're a crafter, but each one allows you to add multiple crafting recipes. So the first tier of crafter, let's have a look. I think it allows us to make 2. This machine can handle up to, oh no, that's the tier 1, tier 2. Oh no, it is the 8 one, isn't it? Yeah. But the results and steps and things are a little bit different. So each one that you do does a different amount of crafting recipes, and this one has 8 crafting recipes inside it, which is great. So I can tell it 8 different crafting recipes, and I can also get it to work its way through the crafting recipes with a little bit of power. So what you can do is you can, all of these were originally little question marks. So you click on a question mark, you'd give it the recipe you want and the output, and then you click apply, and it would apply it to that line. And you can also specify where you want the output to go. So at the minute I have it as int, which means that the results are going to be put back into the input area here instead of going into the output. Because if we ever go into the output when we're trying to upgrade our cobblestone, then it's not going to work very well, is it? So the cobblestone's coming in, it's going through this process, going back into here, then going through the double process, and so forth. Currently up to quadruple. Once I get 9 of the quadruple, I'll add the next process in here, and then I think I'll stop at that, because there's not really much need to go any further than that, because none of the recipes require any more compressed cobblestone in that. And then I'll start outputting it into this barrel. That's pretty much my plan with that. So let me show you my power setup that I'm running at the minute. It's nothing special, and the reason I didn't show it on camera is because I've already done it in Feed the Beast Resurrection in like the last 2 episodes, so I didn't think you'd want to see it again. But it's just a planter harvester setup. That's all it is. So the harvester harvests all of the bits. I'm currently pumping out all of the sludge because I don't really have a use for it just yet, but I'll make one of the MFR machines for it later. But all the stuff comes down here, goes into the planter. We've got separate areas coming off from a diamond pipe for the apples, for the wood to be smelted up into the charcoal, and the charcoal goes into the steam dynamos, and then the steam dynamos go into the hardened cell, and the power powers all of the stuff that's needed to be powered. So that's pretty much that. Any additional charcoal that can't go into the steam dynamos, because this, you know, this process is pretty fast, will come along here and go up there, and this goes into a little section up here, which goes to the ender chest, and a couple of spare barrels just in case we end up getting more than we actually need. So this is the ender chest, and then we've got the barrels going along here, and there's another void pipe down there for if we fill up all of these barrels, because we don't want bits and bobs going all over the place, do we? So that's doing that. What do you think of this ground as well? Isn't it cool? This is the Britannia Trodden dirt. It looks like the dirt that I think they're adding to Minecraft, or they might have already added to it in one of the newer versions, where it's kind of, it looks like it's been hoed, but you can make some really good paths with it. I like it. And you do actually run faster on this as well, which is pretty cool. So we get a little bit of extra speed from being on that, I think. Pretty funky. I also made some traveler's gear. Check this out. So it's not good for actually fighting stuff because the durability is rubbish and the armor you get off it's pretty bad. But it does, you know, give some good benefits. The boots give me high step, which is basically step assist. The wings give me high jump, so I can jump 2 blocks high. And swift swim for swimming faster. I don't really need the goggles, but I made them anyway because, well, they're pretty cheap and they look cool, which is the main thing really, isn't it? They give me a zoom, but I have Optifine, so I don't really need it because I can zoom anyway, but yeah. Now, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be setting up our first quarry, I think, and we're going to get some lava power on the go because we're going to want to be able to power our quarry pretty decently and get it running at a decent and efficient speed. Now, quarries run a little bit differently than they used to. They actually have a fall-off point now, so you can basically give a quarry as much power as you like, but once you go past a certain point, it's not going to keep going up in efficiency. It'll kind of level out, and you'll reach a point where you'll be giving it so much power, you won't actually be gaining anything from it. So we're going to make sure that we give it a decent amount of power that keeps it running at you know, it keeps it running at a fairly decent speed, but doesn't encounter much fall off from the power that we're giving it. So that's going to be the plan today. Now we're going to power with RF, but before we do this, we're going to want to make an area so that we can collect our lava. So I'm going to take you into the Nether in a second, but before we do that, we're going to make a Ender Pump, which is going to allow us to what's an endothermic pump. Is that the one? Yeah, Endothermic Pump. There's the guy from Extra Utilities. We're going to make one of these. It's going to allow us to pump up all the stuff. All of the Extra Utility stuff, including the Quarry, are really good for lag busting because they don't... Well, most of the stuff in Extra Utilities, to be honest, is designed to be good on servers. Unfortunately, I don't have the materials at the minute to make the Ender Quarry, but eventually we will do that. And with our cobblestone that we're making around the back, that will eventually give us access to go into the Deep Dark, where I'm looking to quarry from for pretty much most of the series. Alright, so we're going to want to make some Ender-infused obsidian. We're going to need some Ender pearls. We're going to need a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Let's grab some of them inside here. So we're going to want a little bit of you. And we're going to need some obsidian, so we'll get 4 bits of obsidian. The Endothermic Pump is actually fairly cheap for what it is, and it runs really fast, so we'll make you guys. And we're also going to want a pickaxe, aren't we? Yeah, an iron pickaxe. So let's get 3 bits of iron, and we're going to want a stick. Wherever one of those is chilling out. There we go. So we'll get a little bit of this. Oh, I'm going to need another stick. Cool, cool. Let's do that, and that, and that. Cool, cool. And we're also going to want to get ourselves a Eye of Ender and 2 water buckets plus a diamond. So, grab you. We're going to want a little bit more for the buckets. I don't actually know if we get the buckets back. We might do. We'll see. But there's that. We've got 2 buckets here. Let's get some... Why can't I put... Why won't it go down? Oh, there we go. No. Go in the inventory. I'm clicking. Go in the inventory. What are you doing? There we go. Don't know what was going on right there. These bags are a little bit iffy. The Project Red bags have always been a little bit strange like that. Don't know why. But we'll take one of you and let's go get ourselves some water from over here. There we go. So we have a lava and a water bucket, plus our obsidian and our pick and our diamond. Let's look, see if there's anything else we need. We just need an Eye of Ender, so we're going to need another Ender Pearl and a Blaze Rod. Here we go. Ender Pearls seem to be really hard to get hold of at the minute. I've been kind of lucky that I've managed to get a few of them. The good thing with having that mod in that adds all of the mobs, the Ender Zoo, they drop Ender Fragments, and every 5 or 4, I think, gives us an Ender Pearl, so... That's real handy. But let's put all this together. So we've got our diamond. We've got 4 of these guys. We have our pickaxe. This. A little bit of this. A little bit of this. And poof. Good times. And it did give me my bucket back, which is nice. Gotta love it. Alright, so... Oh, did we already have a load in there? We might have. Yeah, it looks like it. Oh well. I did get a Wither Skeleton Skull, check that out. I've only fought like 3 withers when I was in that place, and I managed to get a Wither Skeleton Skull. I was so happy. It makes life so much easier. Alright, so we've got our Endothermic Pump. Now we're going to want to get our engines. So I'm going to make 7 engines, which seems like a lot, but it's going to, it's going to work out. So we're going to want to get ourselves... I've made a load of Invar, because we're going to be making some magmatic dynamos for this one, I think. And the magmatic dynamos... are going to require a lot of invar. Now, I should have enough to be able to make all of these. I'm also going to need some silver. Where are you? There you are. And some redstone. And some iron. Cool, cool. Alright, so let's have a look. So I want to make 7, so we're going to need 14 invar gears. So let's get 14 of these. There we go. And that's pretty much where most of our invar goes. We're going to want 7 of these. And we're going to do that. Poof. Good times. I actually had a lot more invar than I thought I'd need. That's fine, because we'll probably use it later on anyway for something. So 6 of these are going to be for the quarry. 1 of these is going to be for the endothermic pump. And I've also made myself some ender tanks and some ender chests for bringing back all of the bits that we're going to need. The ender tank for lava is just going to be orange, orange, orange. And for materials coming from the quarry, I'm probably going to do black, black, black for the ender chest. Now, let's get this sorted out. So, the endothermic pump, we're going to have one going into there and such. I think I'm going to use transfer nodes for most of this. And that should do the trick. Yeah. Alright, let's head off to the Nether. I've been making like a little kind of hub in the Nether. It's not finished yet by any means, but I think it kind of looks cool. So welcome to the Nether. What do you think? This is my little Nether hub. It's looking alright, I think. It needs a touch up. It's nowhere near finished yet because I've still got cobblestone everywhere. But eventually, once I change that out and I make it a little bit bigger, I think it could look nice. You know, it's going to branch off to all the different areas in the Nether that kind of points of interest. And if you look over there, you can see some draconic evolution ore. I can't actually get any of that at the minute because my ruby pickaxe doesn't break it. So I think I might have to use a diamond one. But I'm not 100% sure because I haven't even looked into that mod. I don't even know what it is or what it does. But it looks like a kind of magic-y tech mod, which is cool, I guess. We'll look into that at some point. And over this way, if you can see it, there's a big old beehive. So I think we might go and try and steal us some honey at some point and see if we aggravate the bees. You generally, they're pretty persistent little guys, those bees, when they decide to start doing their thing. Now, over here poof, is my trapdoor, and this is going to take us down to where we're going to place our ender pump. Yes. I found a decent load of lava. I've kind of built a little area for us to be placing it down where we shouldn't get in too much trouble. Here we go. But look at the size of this lava pit. It's going to go on forever. It's going to be great. So let's put down this. Oof. Oh, we've got eerie music. Cheers, bombs aplenty. Alright, so let's put down our liquid nerd on there. And then we're going to have a magmatic dynamo. And then we're going to have you. So first things first, let's get this wired up. So we want you going into there and then up into there. Like that. And that's pretty much done. Nice and easy. Let's get some lava and we'll get you going. There we are. And that should start doing its thing. Yeah, there we go. Look, just filled up. Filled up. How fast is that? This guy is so fast. I love it. Like, the endothermic pump is amazing. It's so much better than any of the other pumps. Hands down better. And it's really good for stopping any type of lag. Like, I know I'm running this on my home server, not I'm not hiring a server or anything like that, but even for my home server, I want to try and get, you know, make sure we're not lagging as much as we could be, because it gets in the way of recording. So if I can turn that down anyway, then I'm going to do that. And an endothermic pump is a brilliant way of doing that, because we get a decent amount of power from it for a decent amount of lava as well. I don't know if I'm going to need any more magmatic dynamos. They do put out a fairly decent amount, but we'll see. I think this is going to be able to keep up quite nicely, but yeah. Cool. Alright, let's make our way back. I'm going to start putting my quarry together, and I'll meet you in the overworld. Alright, so I've got myself a few of the gears that I need. I need to turn 2 of these golden gears into diamond gears, so this is where it gets, you know, this is the expensive part. So we're going to do that. There we go. And, oh, very shiny. And we're also going to want to make a diamond pickaxe as well. So let's get 3 of you and some more sticks. Cool beans. Poof. I also made myself a tape measure a minute ago, because that's going to come in real handy for measuring out the size that we want to go with this. And a piece of redstone. Cool, cool. So that should be everything that we need. So 3 iron, 2 gold, 2 diamonds, and a diamond pick. Yeah. Then that's cool means. Alright, so we got a quarry, which is brilliant. We've got our ender chests, we've all of that stuff. A quarry's going to chunk load itself, so we don't have to worry about chunk loading. Is there anything else that I'm going to need? I'm going to need some markers, aren't I? So let's get a few bits of lapis. We'll do 3, because I think we can get away with doing 3. We might even be able to get away with doing 2. I can't remember, but yeah. There we go. I can't remember if we can do it straight with lapis. No, we can't. We have to do redstone. Alrighty then. Cool beans. So we've got some landmarks. Good stuff. So landmarks, quarry, we've got power, we've got dynamos, we have transfer pipes for putting power in there. What else do we need? We need some way of sending power to the quarry, don't we? So let's get some transport pipes. Now we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of you guys. Yep. Plus some redstone, because we need to make them into kinesis pipes. So we'll grab a load of you. Brilliant. And we're also going to want some power pipes as well. So I think we might just go with... And this is a little bit overkill, but if you make them now, it means you don't have to make them again later when you need them. So I'm going to make a load of golden pipes, because these hold a massive amount of RF. 2,560. It's going to be more than we're going to be putting out by a country mile. We're going to be putting out 480. So that's, you know, that's a little bit overkill, but that's fine, because it means that we've got them, and if we ever need to use them again, we can do. It's kind of why whenever I do IC2, I always make the higher tier cables, because, and I use them for everything. It's just one of those, isn't it? It's like, well, why not? It means I have to make any others. I can just always use those. So... pop you in there. So I think we have everything that we need. We're going to have the items coming back from there into the ender chest into there. The only thing that could be handy, actually, is a diamond pipe. Yeah, we'll have a diamond pipe, cobblestone transport pipes, and let's get ourselves a bin. Or a trash can. That's the one, isn't it? A trash can. Because that's going to allow us to get rid of all the rubbish that we don't want. So, need some cobble, some stone. Let's do this. Let's get another 2 bits of cobble. Cook them up. Cool beans. And a chest. Have I got any spare wood? 5 bits. No, we'll grab some of you. Cool, cool. Oh, man, I have got sweat. I just put it in the wrong place. That sucks. Alright, so we need you. You. Get me a trash can. Brilliant. And I think that's about it. We're going to want the items coming out of here, though. So it's might be worth setting up the area where the items are going to come in around here as well. So first things first, let's get our first ender chest. And we're going to pop you here. And I would like to give you the colour black. So let's get a mystical flower. I've been using Britannia for all of my dyes because it's just a million times easier. Once you get yourself a pestle and mortar, you can find them everywhere, can't you? So it just saves a load of time. So that and that gives us that. And we're going to do the first one black. Cool, cool. So that should be that. Let's put those back in there. Alright, so now we got that, we can use our last wooden pipe on there. And we're also going to want you. Cool beans. And we're going to want some of... I just want some regular transport pipes, to be honest. I don't need anything special. This will be more than enough. So you can come along like that. Go into there. And I think that's how we're going to do it. Actually, you know what? We're not going to do it that way. We'll do it differently. We'll be fancy. Because why not? Let's use some clay pipes. So I'll have some clay pipes coming along like that. And I'm going to set up a separate room after this for full processing. But for now, we're just going to have this as a place to gather. I think that's going to be a good idea. So I'm going to want my lever. You can just go there. Cool beans. You can start doing your thing. Yeah. Good job. Good job. And we're going to want some chests. How many is that? 2. Going to want a few more than that. Because it's going to be fairly big. So I'll have 2 of you. And let's see if we can squeeze out one more. Yes. Very nice. And you know what? I'm probably going to upgrade these as well. So let's have a look at iron chests. What do we want to go up to? I think iron could be a good start. So, is that a copper chest? Yeah, it is. Alright, let's grab some iron. We're going to have to invest some iron into this, but we will get it all back eventually. So, we'll do that. And do I want to go any higher than that? Next upgrade would be gold. Or silver, I guess. Gold is pretty expensive. How much have I got? 32. No, we'll just do this. Yeah, that should be more than enough. I can keep an eye on it anyway, so I am cool with that. Okay, so let's get ourselves some some cobblestone, and we'll set this up. We've actually got 10 of the quadruple now, so I can set up the next recipe. Let's do that. So let's do U and apply and int. Poof, there we go. 1 quintuple, 59,049 cobblestone. Very nice. And we set it as int, so all of the quintuple that we make are going to go back into the input to be processed again. I don't know whether I'll do the next one. I might just keep doing them, so we just end up with the highest one because, well, why not? But let's set this out. So we've got 9 cobblestone, 81 cobblestone. I'm going to take a couple of you just so I can set out the platform. And we're going to head off over this way. I think over here. So I'm going to set this up and we'll be right back. So this is where we're going to be putting our first quarry, I believe. And it's not that far away from the base. The base is just over there, 225 away. But it's a nice area to be quarrying and it should work out fairly well. I like to do it in oceans because that way we haven't got to worry about lava, and obviously the one thing that can bring a quarry to a halt is a load of lava. You can obviously tip a few buckets down there, but you know, if you do it in the ocean, then you haven't got to worry about that at all. And the good thing I like about doing it in an ocean is you get down to the good stuff faster, don't you? Because you haven't got loads of rock and rubbish to pile through before you get down to the lower levels, which is always very nice because you end up throwing half of it away. And I'm going to be trash canning most of the stuff that we get out of this quarry anyway, so yes. But I've laid up the first point over there, which is right there, and now we're just doing the second one. I like to do 3 points on the quarry. I think 3 is exactly what you need to get it going. I'm not really too worried about the height of the quarry, so we don't have to bother about that. But we should almost be at the end now. Just round about here. Cool. Oh, oh. Cool, cool. So let's put you there. And poof. And I think that is all we need to have this working. So let's place down the quarry right here. Poof. There we are. Cool beans. I'm probably just going to leave those unless they're still over there. They might have fell in the water. But bam. So this is the maximum size quarry that you can have. It's a 64 by 64, which equates once you bring into the you know, the border around it is 62 by 62 for the actual quarrying. But yes. Now we're going to use 6 Magmac Dynamos. So here's my theory behind this. And if you didn't know this, then this is going to be a useful bit of information for you. So quarries, Buildcraft quarries, are not linear in their progression from taking power to speed in which they process and dig. Sounds like it should be, but it's not. So once you hit a certain cap of power, you actually start kind of leveling out. So if say every 10 RF, it went 1 second faster. Once you got up to 100 RF, it went from, instead of 1 second faster to 2 seconds faster. And then, you know, once you got to like 200, it went to like 3 seconds faster. So you see that it starts kind of slowing down in progression. Well, the general magic number is somewhere between 48 to 54 Minecraft joules per tick MJ. Now, the ratio for MJ to RF is 1 to 10. So for every MJ is 10 RF. So if I'm going to go for 48 MJ per tick, we're looking at 480, which is bang on 6 magmatic dynamos, because each magmatic dynamo gives out 8 or 80 RF per tick. If we went for 540, then I'd have to, you know, I'd be left with a kind of, I'd have to round up. So I thought, you know, I'll just go 48, nice and easy, 6 magmatic dynamos, and that should do the trick perfectly. So what we're going to have is we're going to have our 6 along here. There we are. And we're going to have our kinesis pipes along here. Brilliant. And we're going to have these guys along here. Very nice. I'm not going to plug it in just yet, though, because I don't want all the stuff to kind of go a little bit mental. Let's grab our crescent hammer. Oh, you can do that thing again, aren't you? Right, where it can come out? I really need to make myself a knapsack. I think that's going to be the next thing I make. So let's do you. There we go. Let's do a little update. For some reason, you have to perform like a little block update for these guys to connect. It's just something between Buildcraft and RF. I don't know why. But there we go. So that's done that. So those have now connected properly. We'll be able to get the power in there. We're going to want to be able to give them lava, aren't we? So let's set up the lava on this side. So we'll bring it up a little bit. Let's have it there. And we want our transfer node. Poof. You got lava in you? You have. And our transfer pipes. So do this. There we are. Nice. Now this should keep up with the amount of lava that we need, but we'll keep a check on that, whether this will run out or not. I think it should be able to keep up because these process fairly slowly, but we'll keep an eye on that. But yeah. So these are going to produce 80 RF per tick. So obviously 80 times 6 is 480, which is brilliant. So we're going to be able to use that to run this at an extremely decent efficiency without trying to, you know, if we push it any further, it might go a little bit faster, but we're going to be then wasting power. So what most people say is once you go past 48 to 54 MJ per tick, you're best actually setting up a whole nother quarry and having 2 quarries running because you're kind of wasting power after that. So now that we've got that, let's set up our pipe system. So we're going to have a pipe coming out of here, and we're going to have a... Actually, you know what? We don't even need that. We can just put this straight into a diamond pipe. Why not? So we'll have that there, and we'll have you here. Let's bring it along a little bit more. And our trash can. Poof. And then we'll have another one coming out of here. No, we don't even need that, do we? We can just put this guy straight. Oh man. Inventory. There we go. We can have you there. Sweet. Alright, so what do we want to go into the trash can? Well, let's have a look. We're going to want cobblestone to go into the trash can, and this is all going off the blue line, isn't it? So cobblestone, sand. We don't want any of that stuff. Gravel. I should have probably bought some of it with me while I was doing this, but yeah, gravel and dirt will be 2 things. I don't know if these drop. What are these? Do they drop? They do. You can go in there as well then. So, algae. I don't think we're going to get much clay, but we might do. So I will have finding some clay. Yeah, there we go. Actually, you know, we'll take clay for the time being, because I'm looking to set up a smeltery at some point. So, keeping clay could be a good idea. Look how much faster I am with these Tinker's Traveller stuff on. This is awesome. How fast I can get around underwater. I love it. Yeah. Venus. And it's almost nighttime now. Alright, so I think that's probably going to be about it. There's going to be more stuff down there that we're bound to run into. But for now, we'll be getting the... we'll be getting most of it out of the way. And as I get more, I can just update the filter on this. So let's put the rest of these in here. So dirt, gravel, algae, and then everything else that you get can go down the red line into the ender chest. So do your thing. Do your thing. Do your thing. Yeah, there we go. Very nice. Should be running at a fairly decent speed now. I love it. Cool, cool. And how are we doing for power output? Yeah, we're doing pretty good. Then nice. It does have like an internal buffer in it. So you'll see the power is at 20,480 down in the whaler tooltip. I don't know why it hasn't got the little blue box around it. I can't seem to fix that. Let me put it on the water for you. Then you can kind of pretend that it's there. There we go, there we go. Yeah, 20,480 is the amount in there. And you're going to see that these guys are sometimes not going to be pumping out, or their RF is going to be showing lower than it should be. The reasoning behind that is because this guy here, or the actual pipes. These pipes work a little bit differently to other power pipes. These will look for an area that can accept power before sending it, so they won't constantly be spurting out power. They wait for a little bit, so they'll check, and then they'll make sure, and then they'll send the power. And check that out. Super fast. Gotta love it. And like I said, if we was given any more power to it, well, we could probably get away with a little bit more to increase the speed at a decent rate. But once we give too much more to it, we're going to start falling off. We won't get any more speed for the power that we're giving it. We won't get as much speed, so there's a bit of a drop-off in efficiency there. So, you know, you want to kind of give it a particular amount. That can go into there as well. I don't want that stuff either. You can go straight into there. Get inside there. Thank you very much. Cool beans. Is this stuff actually getting pumped out? Ender chest. No? Oh! I forgot to colour it. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Now it's gone out. Good stuff. We can put that in there as well. Might as well. Sweet. Alright guys, so that's going to be that for today's episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. We have gone ahead and set up our quarry and all of the amazing bits that we need to get ourselves tons of resources. You can see it coming in now. So hopefully in the next episode we'll be able to go ahead and start looking into making some more machines, maybe a little bit of magic and such. Oh, look at that tin coming in right there. Very nice. We'll be able to get in some magic, maybe some more machines. Who knows? There's many things to be playing with in this pack. So as always, have yourself a great day. Have a good one. As always, and bye-bye.